What happens when a renowned mystery writer becomes the victim of his own plot? Picture a dark and stormy night, where Victor Sinclair, the acclaimed author of countless thriller novels, had invited his friends and associates to his secluded mansion. The occasion? A grand celebration for the launch of his latest bestseller. The mansion, usually a sanctuary of solitude and creativity, was bustling with anticipation and excitement. Little did the guests know their host had penned his last twist. As the night unfurled, the merriment was abruptly shattered. Victor Sinclair was found lifeless in his study, a room that had been the birthplace of many a thrilling tale. The irony was as chilling as the storm that raged outside. No signs of a struggle, no evidence of forced entry, nothing to suggest the presence of an outsider. The alarm bells began to echo louder than the thunder outside. Could it be possible that the perpetrator was one of the guests themselves? The initial shock gave way to a cold realization. The gathering of friends and associates was now a congregation of suspects. The mansion, once a beacon of celebration, was now a prison for its attendees. The storm had cut off all contact with the outside world, leaving the guests to their own devices. The tension was palpable, the fear real. Each person present was now both a potential victim and a possible murderer. As the guests grappled with the grim reality, their thoughts strayed to the secrets they each harbored. Professional rivalries, personal vendettas, hidden pasts, and unsaid jealousy all lurked in the shadows, adding to the growing web of suspicion and distrust. Victor Sinclair, the master of mystery and suspense, had unwittingly become the centerpiece of a real-life thriller. The plot was far from fiction, the stakes were deadly, and the ending was yet to be written. Victor Sinclair's murder was just the beginning of a night filled with suspense and terror. In the midst of chaos, a beacon of hope arrives. Detective Laura Morgan. She's no ordinary investigator, but a maestro in the symphony of crime solving, renowned for cracking the most convoluted of cases. Detective Morgan steps into the eerie mansion, her sharp eyes taking in the tense faces, the subtle signs of unease. She sees not just a group of shocked friends, but a room full of suspects, each harboring their own secrets. With a reputation built on shrewd observations and razor-sharp intuition, she knows that the devil is in the details. Her decision is swift, methodical, to interview each individual present. She understands beneath the polished veneer of each suspect lies a potential motive for murder. Every twitch, every inconsistent story, every hidden resentment could be a clue, a piece in the intricate puzzle of Victor Sinclair's murder. Detective Morgan knew beneath the facade of shock and innocence lay a murderer. As the storm rages on, so does the investigation, revealing a web of deceit and betrayal. Detective Laura Morgan, a beacon of calm amid the chaos, begins her interviews with the guests, each one a potential suspect in this macabre tale. Her first interviewee, a close friend of the deceased, seems shaken and grief-stricken. But beneath the veneer of sorrow, Morgan detects a hint of relief, a secret grudge perhaps. Moving on, she questions Sinclair's editor, a man whose professional rivalry with the author is well known. His nonchalance and dismissive attitude towards Sinclair's death raises eyebrows. Could professional jealousy have driven him to commit the unthinkable? The housekeeper, a quiet woman with a past shrouded in mystery, is next. Her stoic demeanor hides a turbulent past that she's not ready to share. Then there's the flamboyant agent with his flashy smile, but even that doesn't mask his bitterness about a botched book deal with Sinclair. Each interview reveals another layer of intrigue, another reason for resentment, another potential motive for murder. As the interviews progress, the tension within the mansion thickens palpably. Suspicion seeps into every corner, staining relationships and sowing discord among the guests. Accusations are thrown around, alliances are formed and broken. Trust becomes a scarce commodity. The once joyous occasion is now a nightmarish gathering, every guest desperate to prove their innocence. False accusations lead to heated confrontations as the guests grapple with the reality of their situation. They're trapped in this eerie mansion with a murderer, their lives hanging in the balance. The storm outside mirrors the tempest within as fear and paranoia take hold. But Detective Morgan remains undeterred. She navigates through the maze of half-truths and hidden vendettas with a single-minded focus to unmask the killer. Every secret she uncovers, every motive she unravels, brings her a step closer to the truth. With every secret unveiled, the danger within the mansion walls escalates. The guests find themselves in a deadly game of cat and mouse, caught in a web of deceit, their survival hanging by a thread. The countdown has begun. Can they unmask the killer before it's too late? In a race against time, the truth must be revealed. As the storm continued to rage outside, mirroring the tempest of emotions within the mansion, the guests were teetering on the brink of despair. But Detective Laura Morgan, a beacon of rationality in this sea of chaos, never lost her cool. She knew that the key to solving this deadly enigma lay hidden within the mansion's eerie walls and the secrets of its occupants. After a grueling series of interviews, a meticulous examination of the evidence, and a keen analysis of the complex web of relationships, motives, and hidden pasts, the brilliant detective finally had her breakthrough. The pieces of the puzzle fell into place, revealing a picture that was as shocking as it was tragic. With the guests gathered in the grand hall, Detective Morgan unveiled the truth. The murderer was unmasked, their identity sending shockwaves throughout the room. The person they had trusted, laughed with, and confided in had been the architect of this horror. The motive, a toxic cocktail of jealousy, professional rivalry, and a personal vendetta that had simmered beneath the surface, waiting for the perfect moment to explode. The air in the room was thick with disbelief and relief as the guests grappled with the reality of the revelation. The mansion, once a symbol of luxury and success, now echoed with the haunting truth of deceit and betrayal. Yet, amidst the shock, there was a sense of closure. The mystery had been solved, the killer unmasked, and the ghost of Victor Sinclair could finally rest in peace. That thriller night, A Murder Mystery, weaves a tale of suspense and intrigue that keeps us on the edge of our seats until the very end. But beyond the thrills and chills, it serves as a stark reminder of the dark corners of human nature and the dangerous games people play in the name of ambition and revenge. That thriller night, A Murder Mystery, leaves us questioning, how well do we know those around us?